to another edition of Toys from the Attic, where it's still Predator Month. For today, we're going to be taking a look at the Savage Predator. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at this guy.
Okay, so here we have the Savage Predator action figure. This Predator was by far my favorite and the one I always wanted to play with growing up. As I told you before, because none of the figures came with character bios on the back of their card, you were pretty much free to make up whatever backstory you wanted for these guys. Because of his size and bulk compared to the other Predators in the line, I always considered him to be the strongest member of the group. Without much else to say, let's get into the details. Okay, first thing I should point out is, once again, this isn't the same helmet that goes with this guy. It actually comes off one of the repaints of this particular figure that came out years later, where he had more of a gold armor trim. But it's still the same pretty much mask, it's just a different color. The original one was this kind of metal gray that matches his weapons. Sadly, I can definitely say that this mask was lost over time. I know I'm never going to find it again. I lost it somehow going over to my cousin's house when I was playing, when we go over there and play. Now this mask is one that it doesn't actually fit on the face as well as most of the others. One other thing I'll point out is that these little prongs on the top, it's a really cool looking mask and I really like it, but these actually can hook on stuff and actually pop the mask off pretty quickly. You can actually see, if you see in here, that there's no real super detailed molding that makes it just hug the face all that well. There's just these two little clips on the inside and one little clip on the top, which just barely makes it holding onto the mask. Unlike the other ones, hug the face a lot better. But sadly, this one didn't, and that's why it would always pop off most of the time. Anyways, with that aside, let's look at this guy. Now, this guy originally came with this double missile launcher right here, and actually, I couldn't find the missiles real quick, but I will be reviewing the repaint of this guy later on, sometime in the future. So if you stick around, you can see I'll probably find the missiles by then. But there are these two like harpoon type missiles with a little string that was attached in between, and you'd press this little button and they'd fire out and wrap around whatever alien or whatever human he was trying to catch. But this is actually a very neat weapon. It actually just slides right onto his waist right here, and it has two little handles right here that you can kind of place his hands so to seem like he's holding it and aiming it. Let me put this guy over here. I don't know if he there we go. Yeah, they stand actually pretty well. But you can kind of see a lot of it definitely has a very alien, I mean alien as an extraterrestrial look, not aliens as the aliens that we're going to be reviewing later on. But that's pretty much his weapon. Now, he can't actually hold it. It will make him very front heavy, so they actually incorporated his staff as to being a little stand and actually making it into a little tripod. And the thing I like most about this is the staff can actually pop out, and it has this neat little handle here for him to hold it. Another thing too that I really like, I don't know how that bit of scope he got on there, that little white spot, but it definitely has a human skull on here, so it's definitely something that someone that he's hunted and actually put and made turn into a trophy. Now his hand right here is open, but with this handle right here, oh man, it's been years since I put that on, he can actually still hold his staff and wield it pretty nicely. His head articulation is very limited, mostly because his dreadlocks come way down over his back, and this bulging part of his gun makes it get in the way, so he can look kind of far off this way, but not so much over that way. But other than that, the Predator's heads are always usually been going to be kind of stiff because of the dread, so I'm not going to be having too much head articulation. His gun is a little bit smaller than compared to other Predators, but considering the fact that he comes with this thing, that's not so bad. He has this nice little chest plate armor on here, and shoulder armor, and other bits of armor on his upper body, along with these little plates right here. He's more of a decorated figure, I would say, definitely more than the crack test Predator and the next Predator that we'll see down the line. But I really like this guy. Now, a neat thing I didn't point out is their feet are completely flat. There was no amount of detail on the crack test Predator or this guy. Crack test didn't actually look like he had anything, but this guy actually looks like he's kind of wearing sandals. It's a little bit hard to see, but it is kind of molded in there. My only thing with that is that the next Predator that we'll review, they did actually take the time in detailing the feet. So that was a neat thing I saw later on in the lines, that they actually took that that time to sand the underside of the drawers, as it was. Carpenter reference there. Now his legs actually look like they should, that the little bits of armor right here should actually be just painted on the little bits right here, and that you can see some skin texture in here, so the screen should have come all the way down and just give it more of a look like he's only wearing like the frame of what his armor should be. But still, the fact that it still kind of looks like he has these neat little knee pads on here. Now, like I was saying before, this guy is one of the ones where his fingers right here, I don't know if you could see, are kind of going into that Spider-Man-ish position, and his actual blades come out here and double as what his fingertips could be. So that's what I was talking about last time, is how I really like that feature about, I really prefer these type of the blades to look like this on the Predators, just for some reason. I don't know, I just like them looking like that. I guess that also went with why it was my favorite figure. His face sculpt is pretty good, and there's not too much else to go with it. This has been a look at the, well, I'm just going to say not much else to go with, so I guess I'm going to wrap it up. And this has been a look at the Savage Predator. See what I mean? The face mask just does not stay on there. Anyways, if you like this figure, go check them out online and try to snag them up.
Once again, thank you for watching. If you like what you've seen today, please feel sure to subscribe or leave a comment below in the comments section. Any advice for the show will be greatly appreciated. Who knows, something you suggest may appear on the show in the future. Next week, I think I finally figured out a plan how to get the Predators like that. So see you then.